What's going on, my dudes? This is Mr. Gardner and this is Math Time with Mr. G. Today we're going to take a slight detour than what we've been working on, but it'll connect later, I promise. So just a quick refresher, if we only have one variable, we just put our number in question in the middle, and then we put one number above it and one number below it. Then the next thing we do is we are going to put a circle. If it is just greater than or less than, we put an open circle. But if it's or equal to, we put a closed circle. And the reason for that is the less than. We can get really, really close to 2 or really, really close to 3, but never touch 3. Whereas -1, our answer, can get close to it and touch it. That's why it's filled in. Then, all the numbers bigger than 2. And then we have our tiny little arrow to remind us. Or smaller than 3. Okay, with that as our recap, now we're just going to graph lines and then figure out what to do with these less than or greater thans. So I graphed my line, and remember before where it was an open dot, with just a greater than, we have to have an open line. So what we do is after we draw it, we get our eraser out, and I'm just going to put tiny lines through it. We refer to this as a dashed line. Some textbooks call it a dotted line. And it just means that our line can get really, really close to being this line, but never touch it. Now we have to do our fill-in, just like before where we shaded either right or left, but now we shade up or down when there's a y term. So when y is greater than, we shade above. When y is less than, we shade below. So with y is greater than, we shade above. This means that any answer above this line is good and gets really, really close to this line but never touches this line. So let's do this example. So I drew my line, and because it's or equal to, I don't erase it. We refer to this as a solid line. So this was dashed, this is solid. Next I'm going to shade. It says y is less than. So less than means below. So I just shade everything below the line. So that means any answer I can think of below the line is good, and any answer touching the line is good. And graph, this is going to be a solid line because it's or equal to, and then I'm going to shade above it because it's greater than. This one is going to be a dashed line because it's just less than. It's going to be below it because it's less than. Okay, so just again, the big reminders are less than is dashed, greater than or equal to means solid, greater than means above, less than means below. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. Other than that, be kind to each other, ask lots of questions, and think deeply.